Today's topic is physiology of digestion. To understand this term, physiology of digestion, you should first learn what is physiology. Now, physiology has been derived from two words, physio and logy. What is logy? We have discussed earlier. Logy means study, and physio means kind of activities. You can say chemical reactions. So, study of chemical reactions of digestion, or you can say study of detailed process of digestion, is called physiology of digestion. Now, we have to study physiology of digestion. So, we have to study chemical reactions that take parts in the digestion of carbohydrates, digestion of fats, digestion of nucleic acid, and digestion of proteins. You have to study all these four nutrients and their digestions individually, separately. So before studying physiology of digestion, let us first understand the term digestion also. What is digestion? Digestion is process of breaking down of complex food materials into simpler ones. Now complex, what do you mean by complex? This carbohydrate, these are complex molecules. Fats, these are complex molecules. Proteins, these are complex molecules. Nucleic acids are complex molecules. And breaking down of these complex molecules into their simpler substances is known as digestion. It is also known as hydrolysis. Now hydrolysis has also been derived from two words, where lysis stands for breakdown and hydro is related to water. So these nutrients are broken down into their simpler substances with the help of water. That is why digestion of these nutrients is also known as hydrolysis. So hydrolysis is breaking down of something with water. So we have to study digestion of all these four nutrients. In digestion, what happens? These substances break down into simpler substances. But how? Why are these substances complex? This carbohydrate, take example, is a complex substance and it is known as polymer. What is polymer? A complex substance which is made up of various monomers. What are monomers now? Monomers, mono is one, made up of one molecule, and poly stands for many, made up of many molecules. Mono for one. Let us take an example of carbohydrate. As I told earlier, carbohydrate is a polymer, fat is a polymer, nucleic acid is a polymer, and protein is a polymer as well. Let us take example of carbohydrate first. Carbohydrate is a polymer, but it is made up of many monomers. Monomers are the simplest unit of polymers, means many monomers combined to form polymers. What is carbohydrate made up of? Carbohydrate made up of many simple sugar molecules. So sugar is the monomer of carbohydrate. Sugars are of various kinds that you will study in chapter biomolecules. I'll tell you one simple example. The simplest sugar is glucose. So many glucose molecules combine to form carbohydrates. So carbohydrate is a polymer and its monomer is glucose. Many monomers combine to form polymers. That is why carbohydrate is a polymer and glucose is its monomer. So what is digestion, or what is hydrolysis? Hydrolysis is breaking down of carbohydrates into glucose, breaking down of polymer into its monomers. Similarly, fat is also a polymer. Fat is made up of fatty acid. So breaking down of fat into fatty acid is digestion. Protein is also a polymer. It is made up of amino acids. So breaking down of proteins into amino acids is known as digestion of protein. Nucleic acid is made up of nucleosides, or breaking down of nucleic acid into nucleosides or its respective phosphate sugar molecule is known as digestion of nucleic acid. So the breaking down of these polymers into monomer is actually called as hydrolysis, and this hydrolysis is done or supported by some enzymes. Those enzymes are known as hydrolases. Hydrolases. LASSES, that was hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is a process of breaking down of polymers into monomers, and this breaking down of polymers into monomers is done with the help of enzymes. So hydrolysis are enzymes to support the digestion of these various nutrients, and these enzymes means hydrolysis are further specific in nature, so they are of various kinds. Let us take an example of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, these are the types of enzymes which are used to digest, from the name itself only, carbohydrates. And proteinases are the enzymes used to digest proteins. I have written examples also. Carbohydrates are the enzymes which only and only digest carbohydrates. These are of various types, but I have mentioned one example, amylase. So amylase is what? An example of carbohydrates which digest carbohydrates. And proteinases are the enzymes used to digest protein. So trypsin is an example of proteinases. Trypsin will digest protein. Lipases are the enzymes used to digest lipids. Lipids means fats. So these are same only, lipases. And nucleases are the enzymes used to digest nucleic acid. And now we know nucleic acid is of two kinds, DNA and RNA. So enzymes, nucleases, it is of two types. If it has to digest DNA, then that nucleases enzyme is called deoxyribonucleases. Means deoxyribonucleases is an example of nucleases enzyme which is used to digest DNA, and ribonucleases is an example of nucleases enzyme used to digest RNA. So we have to study now physiology of digestion, means digestion of all these nutrients separately, individually, along with their various enzymes. So let us study first physiology of, means digestion of carbohydrates. So digestion of carbohydrates, because digestion during the process of digestion of nutrition, food passes through three main organs, from first from mouth, then in esophagus, and esophagus, its only function is to transport the food from mouth to stomach, so it never helps in digestion. That is why I have never mentioned its name here. So you would write first digestion of carbohydrates in mouth, then digestion of carbohydrates in stomach, and then digestion of carbohydrates in small intestine. Do remember that digestion of carbohydrates begin in mouth but gets completed in small intestine. Only and only carbohydrates are partially digested in mouth. Proteins and fats, they are not digested in the mouth, and without being digested here, they are directly passed to stomach and small intestine, and where they are digested. And carbohydrates also, their partial digestion takes place in mouth, and then their complete digestion takes place in small intestine. All the nutrients are completely digested in small intestine. In other two organs, they are partially digested. So let us study what happens to the carbohydrates in the mouth. How are they digested in mouth? In mouth, what happens? Carbohydrates get mixed with saliva. And what does saliva has? Saliva has an enzyme called salivary amylase, and salivary amylase is also known as ptyalin. One and same thing. So in the presence of salivary amylase, these carbohydrates, I am writing carbo only, these carbohydrates, in the presence of salivary amylase, these carbohydrates break down in maltose, isomaltose and alpha dextrin. Now, as I told you earlier, that carbohydrates are digested in the mouth but not completely, only partial digestion takes place. When can you say carbohydrates have been digested completely? When they break down into glucose. And what have I written here? End products are maltose and isomaltase. These are not simplest sugars. These are simpler sugars, but not the glucose one. Glucose has not been formed here. So digestion of carbohydrate doesn't get completed unless they get converted to glucose. So maltose, isomaltose, alpha dextrin are the simpler molecule than carbohydrates, but still they are complex. So let us study. When carbohydrates are digested to maltose, isomaltose, alpha dextrin, then food passes to stomach. And do remember that in stomach, carbohydrates are not digested at all. So you would mention here, in stomach no digestion of carbohydrates. Why so? Although stomach also has this enzyme ptyalin or salivary amylase, but because of presence of HCl in the stomach, this salivary amylase becomes inactive. To do its functions properly, it needs slightly alkaline medium which it gets in the mouth but not in the stomach. Because of presence of HCl, the environment in the stomach becomes acidic, so salivary amylase becomes inactive and cannot digest the carbohydrate. And carbohydrates, undigested carbohydrate pass to small intestine where they undergo complete digestion. Now in small intestine receives three juices. One from liver, that is bile salt, one from pancreas, that is pancreatic juice, and another is its own secretion, that is intestinal juice. So all these secretions assist or help in the process of digestion of carbohydrates. How? Bile salt, how does it help in the process of digestion? The function of bile salt is neutralize the acidic medium, because the food which comes from stomach is dipped with or wet with HCl, so it is acidic in nature, and enzymes of pancreatic juice and intestinal juice, again they become inactive in acidic environment, so it becomes necessary to neutralize the food. So function of bile salt is to neutralize the acidic food which comes from stomach to small intestine. So bile salt, its only function is to neutralize the food. Now function of pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice also contains an enzyme, the same one which is in mouth and stomach, that is amylase, but now it comes from pancreas, so it is known as pancreatic amylase. It also helps in digestion of carbohydrates. Same reaction into isomaltose, maltose and alpha dextrin. So same reaction. Now this food or carbohydrates are acted upon by intestinal juice, and this intestinal juice has several enzymes which break down the partially digested carbohydrates into their simplest sugars, that is glucose. Let us take study in detail maltose, which is formed as an end product of digestion in mouth and in small intestine also due to action of pancreatic amylase. So maltose is acted upon by maltase enzyme which is found in intestinal juice and breaks down this maltose into two molecules of glucose. You can write 2 glucose, put word 2, or you can write glucose plus glucose. Then isomaltose is acted upon by isomaltase from intestinal juice and also breaks down into 2 molecules of glucose. Alpha dextrin is acted upon by alpha dextrinase and also breaks down into glucose. And sucrose is also acted upon by sucrase from small intestine, and it is made up of, sucrose is made up of glucose and fructose, so it breaks down into glucose and fructose. Fructose is also simplest sugar as glucose. And lactose also acted upon by lactase enzyme which comes from small intestine and breaks down into glucose and galactose. Galactose is also simplest sugar as glucose and fructose. So when carbohydrates form these 3 types of sugars, then we can say digestion of carbohydrates has been completed. So this is all about physiology of digestion.